Hey everybody, Jim Powers with MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as we continue to catch up with our coaches this week. And joining us is our women's basketball coach, Collin Lanam. And Collin, last week, split for the weekend, which is good. Truman on Thursday night kind of came out of the gate, did some things that took us a little bit of time to get caught up with. But then I tell you what, Saturday against Quincy, it was great to see us just come right out of the gate with a lot of energy and really put away a very good team.
Yeah, with our girls right now, it's just all about confidence. Truman came out, did some things that we weren't extremely prepared for. We knew they might come, and so that's on me in terms of not having them properly prepared for what Truman did. And tip your hat to them. They put together a really good game plan, and it, like you said, it just took us a while to get used to it. And at that point, it was too late in the game. We shot the ball okay, not great. We defended well, but not the best. And so against a team like Truman State, who's really dangerous, you can't give them those opportunities. I thought Saturday was a great bounce back game. For some reason we've done really well on those short turnaround games. We've played well on Saturdays, for most conference games. So that's a good thing, and you usually don't see that. It's tough to have a quick turnaround in this league, and for us to be able to come out and play well was good. I thought it was a challenge to them to come out as well. Truman, I thought, was tougher than we were Thursday night. They came out, they won a lot of 50-50 balls. They crashed the glass really hard, and so I challenged the girls personally to come out and try to do better, against Quincy on Saturday, and I thought that they did.
Allie Ringring, number one nationally, 3-point shooting percentage. She seems like she is just really shooting the ball with a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah, she is, and she puts the time in. She gets a lot of shots up on the gun. At the same time, you've got to give some credit to her teammates for finding her the right opportunities. I think her field goal percentage would probably be a lot better too if our end of shot clock shot selection was a little bit better, and she wasn't forced to take some of the shots that she is. But in terms of our half court offense, she knows where her looks are coming from. Her teammates do a good job of being able to drive and kick and attract defenders. So we just have to use that to our advantage going forward. See how teams are going to defend us. Are they going to defend the drive? Or are they going to stay out and latch onto her so that she can't get easy looks?
Road trip this weekend: William Jewell, Rockhurst. When you look at things, a couple games that are sitting right there for us for the taking. Yeah,
but again, in this league, no game is a win. William Jewell, they've won a few games. They had a rough weekend last weekend, but they're still a really good team. They're above us right now, I believe, in the standings. So, this is a game that we have to get for postseason implications. And that's kind of what we've been talking about a lot over the past couple of days. Is you've got to take each day at a time, compete, win that day, move on to the next. So, right now we've got to have a great practice today, then we'll move that on to tomorrow's game. And then, once we get through tomorrow night's game, then we'll move on to Rockhurst, who's been playing extremely well, second in the West right now. I think they're like 6-3 in conference right now, and have only lost the games, it's a Bellarmine, USI, and Drury, I think. So, they're winning the games that they're supposed to, and that's put them in a position to be successful. So, we've got to come out, put a good game plan together, execute, and that's a big-time win for us if we can get it.
We'll take Rockhurst on a Saturday on a short turnaround the way we've been playing lately.
Exactly, and that's the hope, is that, that short turnaround forces the girls to focus a little bit more, and that's to our advantage. We're able to put a lot in. Having the high IQ girls, they're able to study and do things on their own. They're used to that from the classroom, so that the scouting report side of things are easy. Now it's just getting that to translate over into the games.
No doubt. Good luck this weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks, JP.
Collin Lanam joins us, the head coach of our women's basketball team at Maryville. They travel out to William Jewell and to Rockhurst this weekend. You'll be able to watch the video on GLVCSN/William Jewell on Thursday night, and then GLVCSN/Rockhurst on Saturday. Have all the video action for you, and follow our Twitter feed at Maryville Saints. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.